Hi Cancer, welcome to your February 2020 X reading. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name's Andrea and this is Soul Embers. I hope everyone's happy and doing well. To my returning Soul Embers family, welcome back guys. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for the likes, for those of you that have subscribed, and of course to absolutely everyone for the views. But most importantly, I'd like to thank you for the comments that you guys are leaving, not only towards myself and the way I go about doing my readings. Some of those comments are so humbling and I'm so unbelievably grateful. You guys are absolutely amazing. You motivate me and you inspire me to consistently work into the late hours of the night so I can produce consistent content to you guys if it means that it's having a positive shift in your life. To those of you that it does resonate with anyway. But the comments that truly blow my mind are the ones that you leave in support of each other. Some of us are going through a very difficult time, especially when it comes to releasing energies, healing and letting go of certain patterns or behaviors when it comes to our ex. And so not only do you feel comfortable enough sharing your feelings and your thoughts in the comment section, but I absolutely am blown away when another viewer just jumps in to drop a few lines to keep you motivated, to keep the faith and the hope going. I love the energy that you guys are bringing to Soul Embers. I love the vibe that you're bringing here. And just the community that we're building. I can't wait to see where Soul Embers is going to take us, guys. Anyway, thank you. So, for those of you, actually, what was I going to say? Oh yes, everything and anything you guys need to know about how I go about doing my readings, how these energies can be applied, flipped, switched, turned upside down, as well as what to do if the message does not resonate or it does not fit. What we mean when we say timing is fluid and how timing can apply to these messages. The disclaimer, which has important information about the content of the channel, as well as if you wanted to reach me for a personal reading, I do take personal readings. All that information is in the description box below, so feel free to have a read. Now, I'm going to jump into it, Cancer. So, I've already shuffled and meditated on your cards, and as I was meditating on your energy and as I was channeling, I got this feeling that some kind of something has come to light for you. Now, that could be a communication, or it could be something that you have just come to terms with, that a newfound way of seeing something clearly that you could not see before. You may have been staring you flat in the face and you did not see it. One of those things, a realization of sort. That realization may have come from communication, where finally it was like all these pieces came together and you were like, oh, now I get it. So with this realization, what you don't know, and it has to obviously do with your ex and feelings and emotions and energies associated with your ex, but what you don't know is that this situation has come to you from the divine because there is a need to balance things out in your energy. There is an aspect, a pattern or a behavior that is repeating here. And for those of you that are resonating with this message, you'll know exactly what I mean. For example, you may find that you are meeting different people or dating different people, but you're getting exactly the same type of result. Different situations, different way of executing it, but the result remains the same. And is in a specific area is the result, right? And so you're reflecting, and it's these repeating patterns and behaviors that the universe is saying, Cancer, it's time to shift out of that energy. We want to redirect you onto your life path. We want you to heal and release this aspect of your behavior so that you can embrace the kind of love that you truly deserve without working on that, without healing it, without releasing it, without identifying it, the triggers and the challenges associated with those behaviors and patterns, it seems like you'll be repeating the same type of cycle when it comes to dating or when it comes to relationships. And you don't want to do that anymore. I feel that you have grown enormously in so many different areas of your life. You have spiritually grown. You have grown as, you know, within your career. You've grown in so many different areas, in every other aspect, even in your tangible and materialistic world. Like your finances, you might be killing it, right? But there is this one area that you're yet to shift in. And I feel that it has to do with dating, and I feel that it has to do with love. And so the universe is like, you can't level up anymore in any other aspect of your life until we balance this aspect out. In order for you to actually embrace the life that you want in the way that you envision it and the intentions that you've been setting, we need you to work on your love and relationship sector, your emotions, and the behaviors associated with the heart space, so that you can truly level up, gain a different type of understanding that can filter through to the other areas of your life, so that you can see a way of shifting and leveling up even further in those through that heart space as well. Because you may have the mental clarity in those areas, you may have certain stability in those areas, but it also takes another aspect of yourself to continue to nurture and help that grow. And that is the emotional space. So Cancer, let's see how that message is going to tie in with your ex. So I feel that the universe is like, okay, we want to send you a message now where you are completely going to be forced to face the reality of this. It's almost like we're giving you the opportunity to work through this now so that you can continue to manifest whatever it is that you've been setting those intentions out for. Oh my gosh, Cancer, how deep. So it feels like you've come here for a reading for your ex, but I feel that whatever is happening with your ex is as a result of the necessity of you really facing aspects of yourself that will help you shift your energy. So is your ex a blessing or a curse? Let's see. All right, so what's going on with Cancer and their ex? What brings you here today, guys? Who am I connecting with? What is it that you guys need to know? Is it too late now to say sorry? Is that what's going on? Has Mr. or Mrs. X come back in to say, I'm so sorry, boo? I don't know. And you're like, what do I do now? You know, the universe, what I'm getting, Spirit is saying, just don't do what you've been doing because it hasn't worked. This is the message I'm getting, guys. All right, let's have a look. What's going on with Cancer and their ex? Who am I connecting with today? Who am I connecting with today? How do they feel towards Cancer? What are their intentions? How's my Cancer feeling? What do they want from this? How can I help them shift? How many cards is that? I will take them. There's a lot of unknown here, guys. I don't know why I feel that. I feel there is a lot of unknown energy here. A lot of beneath the surface kind of stuff working behind the scenes. I feel that what's said and, you know, the actions that what is said set into motion run very, very deep. Behind the scenes, it's almost like you have got, I can see your tribe standing behind you, your higher self, your spirit guides, your ancestors, and they're all working really, really hard at sending you these signs and synchronicities so that they can help you work through this challenging time. And you're associating your ex with a challenging time, but I keep getting that this runs a lot deeper. Yeah, okay. So let's have a look at what we've got here. So it seems like there was a time where your ex felt that you were home. Your ex felt that, or you may have had a home. You may have been married. You may have children. You know, there's the whole family here. This was a long-standing relationship, quite possibly, where you guys worked very hard towards building a stable future together. If that's not the case, then that's where they were heading. That's what their thought process was. And that's what they wanted. And I don't feel that it's not that they don't want this anymore, but something has happened that totally rocked the foundation. And I feel, Cancer, that you were the one that walked away. I feel that something absolutely, and I'm getting that it was this realization that you saw. There was something to do with this realization, and you saw it or you heard it. You know what I'm getting, actually, guys? And this is a really bizarre message, and if it resonates, please do leave it below. I feel that your home was constantly full of people, a family, of friends, and I feel that there may have been a third party involved in this union. And one of your family members or very close friends overheard a conversation between your then partner and someone else, and it didn't sound right. It was to do with potentially your partner stepping out of the relationship, and for you it was a no-brainer. You're like, bye Felicia, I'm gonna go. And I say that like it was a see you later, no big deal, but no, it really, really rocked your world. It really rocked your world, and you definitely put an ending to it. And so now I guess what you're really finding difficult, and what is, you know, what your ex is finding difficult and what you're finding difficult, is actually finding the strength to move on past this, to build a life beyond this, to maintain, to find the determination, the courage, the perseverance to keep going forward, whether it's to pursue this relationship once again or whether it's just to start fresh. You know, really bizarre, really, really bizarre type of, that was a lot of that was completely channeled. Yeah, so it seems like, oh wow, okay. Just give me one sec, guys. I just need to work through this. Okay, so what I'm getting here is there was a time where your person was completely invested in your relationship, in the growth of that relationship. And their main focus was working with you to establish an equal give and take within your four walls, let's say, or if you don't live together, within the union, because the union is the stability, is the four walls. It doesn't matter where you live, if you live, you know, 5 minutes down the road, if you live in the same house, or even if you live in another country. When that connection is truly, the foundations of it are unrockable, distance and space don't matter. Time, distance, and space have no place for it. You know, our feelings and our spirit and our soul don't understand time. They don't get time. I feel that you were connected with this person in a past life, and that's where this message of space, time don't play a factor here, because the soul recognizes only the emotion that comes with this person and the connection, the familiarity sorry, of a kindred spirit. Okay, that's all it recognizes. Doesn't know that, you know, 20 years have passed, or a month has passed, or it's 9 o'clock in the morning, right? So I feel that the connection was so unbelievably deep, and both of you were working towards the same outcome. I feel that this union was kind of your soulmate. You guys already knew what you wanted to manifest before you met. It was already set in motion the minute you guys were brought into this world, right? It was already planned. And of course we have free will, but in the essence of who we are, we still bring with us some aspects of our past life into our present life, right? And so this was one of them. So when you guys met, I feel that you guys remembered what that looked like, what a relationship looked like, what the feeling of home was like. Like I said, this person felt like you were their home. And so with that was your guiding compass, and you guys already knew how to go about manifesting it into your world, because it was just a no-brainer for you connected. It was the same outcome that you both wanted. It's almost like you'd already done this before. It wasn't new to you. But somewhere along the way, your person kind of shifted their energy, and they started to work on something outside of this union, whether it be they invested a lot of time at work, or whether it be they didn't invest as much time into your relationship. I feel that days and nights would go, and it was almost like they were a shadow of themselves. It was almost like they were present in front of you, but they weren't present from the inside. They had checked out. But where had they gone? Where had they gone, Cancer? This is what I'm getting. And so, this separation is truly heartbreaking for you, because at the end of the day, you feel that soul, how do you cut ties with someone that you're bound to, that you're so familiar with, someone that you are energetically pulled to, whether you're in their presence or whether you're not? I feel that maybe you've even gone to a different state, and yet that soul tie and that connection is so unbelievably strong. I feel that you may be waking up in the middle of the night and you can feel their energy around you. You can feel them. You can feel that they're awake. You know when they're anxious. It's like first thing in the morning, you get up, you do your thing, you do your morning routine. And then as you're going about doing your business, all of a sudden your energy shifts and you're like, oh, so-and-so is awake. You know when they've woken up. That's the type of connection we're talking about. And so I'm getting another message, totally left field. Some of you may have been, this clarity that you've received that I was getting through the pre-meditation while I was channeling your energy, could have to do with finding out this person has another family or has children, and you weren't aware of that. You felt very strongly connected. For those of you that weren't living together or in a long-term relationship, and it was at the beginning of the relationship, you guys hit it off something beyond anything you could have ever imagined, as did they. And they didn't disclose one of the most important things about themselves, and that was that they've got children. And so this is like totally blown you away. And it's not that you have a problem with the children, it's that all of a sudden you feel that you've been deceived, right? Very interesting reading today, Cancer. And so I guess finding that strength to move past this now, or work on anything else. Like, how do you go back from having experienced life with this person and love to this level? How do you go moving on from that? How do you live life the way you used to with this newfound perspective on love that you experienced with this person. You don't, I guess. Your perception has shifted. It's definitely shifted. The way you view love has shifted. And so I guess taking action now and really, really trying to manifest things into your reality is a little bit confusing, because you're trying to think about how you used to do things before this person, and they don't fit anymore because you've changed. And so there's this need to recenter, and this need to recalibrate is what I'm getting. And like I said at the beginning, this clarity that came in this situation with this ex was necessary for you guys to really balance out those scales. All right, I'm going to pull out a couple more cards, guys. Let's have a look. So what I'm doing now is I'm pulling out a few cards on those of you that want to reconnect with this person, how you can go about shifting out of this challenging energy and rebuilding and bridging the gap of where you're currently at and what you're currently feeling, to coming back into union with them, as well as for those of you that don't want to come back into union, and I don't feel that that's the case here, but those of you that don't want to come back into union, how you can go about, you know, working through this energy and really finding a new way of approaching life without this person in your life, because I'm not too sure what's happened and what caused this separation. Okay. That one wants to come out. So guys, I'm getting that, you know, this is a very, 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 very strong bond. And either way, whether you want to come back into union or whether you don't want to come back into union, dealing with this energy is going to be very challenging for you. Just have faith and hope, Cancer. All I keep seeing is that you've got your soldiers, your army standing behind you, the divine, your ancestors, your spirit guides. They're all here for you. They're all here with you. So, you know, open up those lines of intuition. Open up your gut feeling to it. Allow them to guide you. Let your gut feeling and your intuition be your compass, because they're the ones that are trying to communicate to you through those feelings, right? So those of you that really want to come back into union, take action on whatever is causing you any type of confusion. Wherever you feel that you're in the dark and that you can't quite see or see the answers clearly or know the answers, Spirit is saying, take action. You've definitely come from okay, so you've done your own introspection on where you stand on this and what you feel. And let's say you've come to the decision that you do want to come back into union, because this is your person. They're your guiding light. This is your path. You know this you just know this. There is no two ways about it. There is no way that you can see a life with somebody else. And Spirit is saying, now that you've discovered that, and that's the decision you've made, because we all have that free will, take action. Anything that's causing you confusion and that is preventing you from finding the courage and the strength, it's because there are so many what ifs and so many questions. Spirit is saying, yes, it takes a lot of courage to approach the situation and see if it can be rebuilt. There is that fear of rejection and opening up wounds. I wouldn't even say opening them up. I'd say making those wounds a lot deeper, right? And get the clarity that you need. Definitely get the clarity that you need. Do not leave this up to, you know, your mind going wild and really being in your head about it and creating things or illusions out of the unknown, because that's what it is. When you don't know, you start to create little stories in your head, let's say. Spirit is saying, no, take action, speak about it, communicate. And for those of you that don't want to come back into union, I see a lot of action here. The minute this decision is made, you guys will definitely start to move. You will move from a space of of passion. You'll move forward. You will definitely seek things that inspire you. They will be your guiding, that'll be your compass. Whatever sets your soul on fire is where you will go. But the message I'm getting here is be very, very careful, because, you know, we want to build consistency. So put some thought behind where you're investing your time and how you're investing your time. We want you to build the stability and consistency, right? And slowly, you'll start to get clarity as to what love does look like moving forward, you know. Yes, it's not what it used to be for you, and you definitely know you can't go back to doing things the way you used to before you met this person, but you've definitely learnt your lessons. I feel that you may be emotionally unavailable for quite some time. You will be protecting your heart at absolute all costs. You may be up for like dating. You may be up for having a good time with someone, but I don't see you investing your heart. I feel that this separation has truly shifted you on a fundamental level. You don't feel safe to express how you feel. There is only one person that brought out these feelings in you, and that was them. And you don't plan on ever giving them to anyone else, because just the thought of doing that and the feelings that came when this all ended is enough for you to like really set up those boundaries. So for some time, I feel that you will be emotionally unavailable, and dating will be very superficial, and you're not looking for anything serious. So Cancer, I'm going to finish that up here. I hope you found it helpful. Please do comment below. It was a very unusual reading. I felt that there was a very, very heavy energy of this is a necessary part of you really leveling up. I don't know why. All right, have a lovely month, and I'll see you for your March 2020 X readings. Bye for now.